How's it going, guys? It's me, the Techie Gamer, here with another video. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at a $1,400 gaming PC that includes the Skylake and well-known GTX 980 Ti. Now before we begin, I just want to make one quick announcement, and that is that I'm sorry that I didn't really upload anything for you guys for a couple of days. If you didn't know, it was Thanksgiving, and I had a lot of company, which made it almost impossible to do a good video with a lot of chatter in the background. With that being said, I just reached 90 subscribers, and I should have made a video that day just because of the achievement, but like I said, Thanksgiving. Anyways, before we begin this video, keep in mind that the goal of these builds is to achieve the most performance with the most value, meaning as much overclockability and upgradability as well as future compatibility. Also, keep in mind that the price of the build may vary, which means that the price may be over or under the budget. Since Christmas is around the corner, now is the time for you guys to start purchasing your parts, as the price of the parts will most likely be below the target budget. But with that out of the way, guys, let's begin today's build. Starting off with the processor, we have the i5-6600K quad-core processor based on the newest architecture, Skylake. Choosing this CPU was optimal, both in price and performance, considering that there were only two processors that could overclock to choose from. When it came to Skylake, it was very easy because of the narrow choice. The i7-6700K, as good of a CPU as it is, with hyperthreading and better gaming performance, would have been the optimal choice had the budget been $100 more. So for the lower price and good performance as the i5-6600K, it was the best CPU I could pick. Up next, we have the CPU cooler, which is the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo 82.9 CFM sleeve bearing CPU cooler. This is a great cooler, especially because of the price and performance. Now I know that there are better coolers out there, and I'm sure the reason why you might go with Skylake is to overclock. However, as a stock option, this is great, not only because you can spend extra money on the rest of your components, but it's also because you can do a little bit of overclocking. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus Z170A ATX LGA 1151 motherboard. There is a reason this motherboard reappears on my channel, and that is the amount of features it has, as well as some decent overclocking and plenty of upgradability. It's got 64 gigabytes capacity of memory, 4 memory slots, 4 SATA 6 gigabytes a second, and 1 SATA Express, as well as your usual onboard Ethernet. And not only that, but it also has support for RAID, SLI, and Crossfire, and even has onboard USB 3.0 headers, not to mention that the BIOS is very easy to use. RAM was interesting. I did a little more than choose the cheapest trusted RAM. But before I get into the RAM, let me just say from a gaming standpoint, you can usually go with the cheapest RAM, at least from a trusted company, in terms of gaming. Mainly because this will not affect your performance pretty much at all for gaming. But with that being said, I decided to go with some Crucial Ballistics, sport 8 gigabytes of single channel DDR4 2400 memory. Two reasons why I picked this over any other RAM, besides price. One is it's a little faster in terms of speed than the usual 2133 memory. Obviously from a gaming standpoint this might not be that helpful, but for other processes and programs this actually might help. And two, I went with single channel, which just means one 8 gigabyte stick in case you wanted to upgrade in the future to say 16, or if you use all 4 slots, 32 gigabytes. Finally, it comes with heat spreaders. As for the storage, it's what you might expect. The Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB 7200 RPM hard drive and the Samsung 850 EVO series 250 gigabyte SSD. The Samsung offers 250 gigabytes of awesome storage, and it performs relatively well. And for the 1 terabyte storage, it's nothing but awesome storage for such a low price. As for the graphics card, we have the MSI GeForce GTX 980 Ti, not the Gaming 6G. Now if you did have 50 extra bucks, I highly recommend the Gaming 6G, but since we are really close to that budget, we may want to stick with the most affordable, but also great in performance, the MSI 980 Ti. It also goes great with our white motherboard. For the case, I went with none other than the Corsair 200R ATX mid-tower. It offers a ton of space, which means you can fit some of the biggest graphics cards, as well as better airflow. It also has some pretty decent cable management. For the power supply, 550 watt would do any, but let's be honest. If you wanted to upgrade in the future, you would be very limited. So, to take advantage of the upgradability, I went with the EVGA 750 watt, 80 plus gold certified ATX fully modular power supply. Plus, for only $10 more than the 550 watt gold fully modular, you could get 200 watts more. Last but not least, for Windows, I picked none other than the Windows 10. And for the optical drive, I actually went with the Elite-On IHDS 118 04 DVD/CD drive. Well, that's about it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this build, as well as what build I should do next. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. With that out of the way, guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.